something from years ahead hunting. If I got something to say, then I'ma say something. A glutton for all these beatings and fighting for what I'm loving. If the whole world's throwing up sparks, I keep on trucking, yeah. I ain't got time for y'all to get your heads right. I'll find some rope and you can go and hang tight. It's getting dark, dark as midnight. This beat swinging so hard, we in a fist. Tippy, tippy toe, watch me dip and roll. Round the corner, run another level, watch my in the glow. I be switching colors, red, green, and gold. I'm speaking the truth, and now I'm spitting heavy waters on the floor in the booth. Let's go.
Watch out now, come heavy water. It's high now, not going under. Oh, 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 not gonna let you go. Oh, 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 pay what you owe. Watch out now, come heavy water. Now listen to me, yeah. Gonna run down a bad man today. Gonna run down, gonna hunt down a bad man like Frey. When the sun down.
What's up, y'all? We had to get a fifth quarter in after that first round of the playoffs that went down. We had to talk about things that took place, and let's get into it. So we're gonna start with the AFC. We had the Chiefs, aka the Problem, that's Murph, win against Jay Green. The Bengals had his hands full, but I gotta give the Bengals some love, man, because like I said, I was speaking about him during the early part of the season when I was doing the fifth quarter, and I was saying the Bengals are scoring a ton of points, and I was like, he's looking like a team that's going to be dangerous. Now, it didn't pan out, he didn't get an upset win or anything in the playoffs, but still in all, he made the playoffs. You know what I mean? And he played good, and this is his first time just taking over that team. So give him some time to add some pieces to what he like, because everybody got their own style of play. Everybody like what they like. So give him an off season under his belt and let him figure some things out. You know what I mean? But he went up against the AFC champ, and he was dancing for a little while, but then the AFC champ, the Chiefs just pulled away more towards the second half, and Bengals ended up getting eliminated in the first round. Then we go to the Cowboys and the Bears, and the Bears won this game 37-35. I'm not gonna lie, if I'd have did the fifth quarter before this game was played, I would have given the slight edge to the Cowboys. I didn't see the game, but from the look of the score, it looked like it was a pretty interesting game. It looked like they both was putting up points, but like the Bears just made a couple of more bigger plays to get the job done. And the Bears the 7th seed, so this is definitely an upset. He went into Dallas, got the dub, and like I said, I would have took the Cowboys to win this. I'd have kept it close, but I still would have took the Cowboys. But nevertheless, Bears came in and took care of business. He advanced. Cowboys got an early exit. Anytime you can take out, in my opinion, one of the top guys, I believe Josh is. You know what I'm saying? You got to feel good about that type of win. So, will this win? Because sometimes wins, let's be honest, sometimes a loss can definitely carry over to the next game, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure we all been down that road where you lose a game and you be sick. You know what I'm saying? And they'll carry over to the next game. But, the same goes for a win. You can get a big win. That can carry over to a big game. So we'll see what happens. He's playing the champ next round, but he took care of business. One thing about the playoffs is that no matter how big the win is, you got to bring it back down, because it's only a win. It's no time for a parade. So it's just as much as you've defeated the team and knocked the team out, you can very well be eliminated the very next game. And then you no longer even thinking about that first round that you won. So Bears still got work to do, but nevertheless, he took care of business in the first round. Colts and Texans. Now this game was played several times, but at the end of the day, if it was played several times and they chose to start over and play it out, you gotta shake that man's hand. The Colts gotta shake his hand. He got the job done. Colts is a dangerous team. I mean, I've I've talked about the Colts when I did the preseason. I don't know if any of y'all remember that. I did preseason predictions. I went through every division, and the Colts missed the playoffs last year. And I picked the Colts to make the playoffs this year. And I said the Colts would bounce back and have a strong season because he almost snuck in last year, but he needed help. So this year he made a vow not to have to rely on anybody. Took care of his own business. He took out Big Game James. Big Game James is the top guy. Let me just let you know that. So the Colts took him out on the road. That's an impressive win. And not only that, in my opinion, that's the upset of the first round right there. As much as that Bears win over the Colts was an upset, this is the upset of the round, in my opinion. Colts took care of business, and this is just a prime example of not caring what anybody has to say. The media, you know what I mean? Everybody, the media and everybody was picking the Texans to win this, just wrote the Colts off. Colts said, no, not so fast. But again, as big as a win that is, it's no time for celebration because it don't get any easier. It gets harder because guess what? He now has to play the number 1 seed. The team that had to bye. Now, I will tell you this, though. That number 1, don't get me wrong. If I got a chance to get the number 1 seed, I'm going to go for it. But that doesn't always play into your hand. Sometimes it's good to stay fresh and keep playing, to keep that momentum. So the Steelers, they've been sitting here relaxing, chilling. Coach just came out of a war and got the job done. So the coach is going to come into this game with some, he's going to come into the game with some heat. With some momentum on his side, that morale going to be high. Not to say that the Steelers won't, but, can the Steelers match the Colts' energy coming out the gate? That's going to be the question. But big win for the Colts, man. He took the Texans. I would have took the Texans to win this. I can't lie. I would have been wrong, and I would have been 0 for 2 so far because I would have took, well, not even 0 for 2. I'd have been 1 for 3 because I'd have took the Bengals. I would have took the Chiefs over the Bengals. I would have took the Cowboys over the Bears, and I'd have been wrong, and I'd have been wrong with this one. Then we just had myself, Eagles win against the Panthers. This game came down to the end, and we was up by 20, but Panthers would not die, man. He just kept coming back. I mean, he was getting some crazy passes through. I mean, passes that I thought was going to be picked. He was getting it right over my head, man, and he was scoring, cashing in on it. So Panthers balled out, man. The turning point in this game was not only did we not have any turnovers, and the Panthers had 1, which was still good on his behalf, but we had 0. But the turning part of this game was he was in the red zone, probably like at the 3-yard line before this half was over. And before going into the second half, and he didn't get no timeouts in, and he ended up not even getting 3 points out of that. And the fact that he didn't get 3 or touchdown, he lost by 2. That's a real big play right there. So, he tried to call no huddle, and the thing about it is that when he called no huddle, I knew he was gonna try to run the ball in off the previous play that he just did. So, I ended up just getting through. In the blitz, because I knew he was gonna run that ball. But he had timeouts. There was no rush, but hey, I'll take it. I mean, I'm glad that happened. You know what I mean? But he balled out, man. He balled out. I mean, he was getting some crazy passes in there, you know what I'm saying? And we was just fortunate enough to hold on. You know what I mean? He needed a 2-point conversion in the end. And he almost had that. I think his player dropped it after he got hit. You know what I mean? So it was a good game, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Carolina Blue Mo, even though it hurts to be on that side. Oh, I ain't even peeped that. It hurts to be on this side of the ball if you're the Panthers because you play hard to get back in it and just to come up short. I already know how that feels. But, like I said, he played good, man. So, on to the next for the Eagles and the Panthers. And the Panthers, they getting ready for next season. They're tough. They're a tough team, no doubt about it. Then we go to the Dolphins and Ravens. I can't lie, I'd have been wrong about this too. I would have took the Ravens to win this, but it would have been close. I wouldn't have had no blog, nothing like that. But I would have took the Ravens to win this. Dolphins, came in, took care of business. 130-28. Ravens got an early exit. I'm pretty sure many was shocked behind this, but I'm not really shocked, even though I would have took the Ravens. But him and they got history. They pretty much know each other's game. So this is one of them games that could go either way. You know what I mean? Just as well as you pick the Ravens to win a close one, you could pick the Dolphins to win a close one. But Miami came out victorious. He moves on. But once again, as big as a win that was, it doesn't get any easier because next up is the Chiefs. But I will say, the Dolphins and Chiefs played, I think they played early in the season. That was a close game. So Dolphins been getting, and I think they played in the playoffs last year, and the Chiefs, the Chiefs eliminated the Dolphins last year in the playoffs. But the Dolphins pretty much play him close. And again, I always talk about, the more you play somebody, the more you start to learn patterns and different things that they like to do. But remember, that go both ways too now. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just one-sided. It ain't just G gets to learn what Murph like to do. Murph also gets to learn what G like to do. So, that's going to be a very, very interesting game, in my opinion. But Ravens, early exit. They go home. Dolphins move on. On to the next, and this wasn't the final game that was played, but the final game that was as far as the bracket set up. We had the Lions and Niners. Lions won this one 23-16. I didn't watch none of these games, to be honest with you. The Lions, I did. You know what I watched? I seen a big play between that Colts and Texans. I remember I tuned in that Colts and Texans game, and I seen it. The Colts had a 3rd and long, and this is late in the fourth quarter. This was the ball game. Colts had like 3rd and 18 or something like that, 3rd and long. I know it's 3rd and forever. They got that first down, and that was the seal right there. That's like the only thing I pretty much seen in this first round. And that was a big play for the Colts. But this Lions and Niners, I didn't see any of that. But Lions came out. They took care of home field. They did what they had to do. They move on to the next round. 49ers came up short. 49ers battled back, though. He was looking like he was going to miss the playoffs, ended up getting that 5 spot. But, it all means nothing if you lose one game in the playoffs, because the playoffs is elimination chamber. There is no tomorrow. There is no nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the end of the day, loser goes home, and that's for everybody. Call-outs don't really make mistakes like that. You know what I mean? I just actually played him week 17, and he beat me by like 17-13 or something like that. So I expect another good game with Eagles and Lions. But Lions took care of business against the 49ers that round. Now moving on to the divisional round, we got Steelers and Colts. Colts coming off a big win, the upset of the first round, in my opinion. He's going against the number 1 seed Steelers, who had to bye, who was just sitting here waiting to see who he had to play. He now see who he plays, and it's the Colts. Colts 6 seed coming in the hostile territory in Pittsburgh. Might be snow, might just be cold. Either way, it's going to be Pittsburgh weather. The Colts is a dome team. That favors Pittsburgh, but I got to go with Pittsburgh in this one, but I cannot lie. I am not going to pick this game to be no blowout. I'm going to give the Colts his respect. I talked about him in the early part of the season. He's been showing everything that I've been saying about him. And not only did he come off a big win against the Texans, but he just totally had the opposite season of what he had the first season. So I'm picking the Steelers to win this, but I'm going to pick it to be close. I'm going to take Steelers to win this one. I'm going to say 34-30. 34-30 Steelers over the Colts. And if the Steelers do not watch it and think he could just come in and just, play loose, and not loose, but just play reckless, he got another thing coming. He's going to be staring upset in the face. Number 1 seed, the champ, taking on the number 7 seed Chicago Bears. Dre going against DK. DK is the reigning Super Bowl champion. He's defending his title right now. He was the number 1 seed. He had a bye week the first week. He was sitting back, chilling, waiting to see who he play. He see who he plays. He plays them Bears. Them Bears got a pretty good roster, you know. Yeah, but I don't think the Bears personnel had a lot to do with the offseason. I think it's just he just missed the playoffs last year, so you didn't really get a chance to see what he had. You know what I'm saying? But he probably did make a couple of splashes in offseason, but I kind of feel like, you know, he made some moves last year. But you might be right, though. But nevertheless, he's here. So we're going to see how this thing shake out. I got to take the champ, though. I got to go with the champ until I see otherwise. But once again, I'll keep it respectable. But here's what I'm going to say about this. If Dre plays smart, don't turn the ball over, he'll have a great chance to win this game. If he come out and he's just playing reckless ball and he's turning the ball over and just driving 100 miles per hour, he's gonna crash right through the windshield. You know what I'm saying? So which Dre will show up in this one is the question. Still in all, I'm still taking a champ, but it's just a matter of what kind of game will this be. But I'm gonna give the Bears his credit right now. He deserves it. You know, no need for me to pick a blah in this one, so I keep it respectable just because I feel like the Bears had a great season overall. I mean, yeah, he fell to 7th seed, but listen, all that seed stuff, you know, listen, just get in at the end of the day. And that he is. I'm going to take the Seahawks to win this over the Bears. I'm going to say 31. No, not 31. I'm going to say 35. No. It's kind of tough. 37-30. That's my final score. 37-30 Seahawks over the Bears. Then we got Eagles and Lions. This is a rematch from Week 17. Lions won this one by 4 points over the Eagles. Here we go once again. Right back in the Lions den we go. I don't predict my games. I just say who's the favorite. And Lions coming to this one, I say favorite by 3 over the Eagles. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a physical game. You know, I don't expect a lot of turnovers in this game. You know, but I expect it to be a competitive game down to the end, just like it was in Week 17. The winner of this round moves on to the conference championship round. So nothing left to do now except take the field. And last but not least, we got the number 2 seed, the Chiefs, Murph, a.k.a. The Problem, going against number 4 seed, the Dolphins, G coming off a big-time win over the Ravens. He's coming to this game feeling real good. Confidence is high. You know, but he knows what's at stake here. He knows what type of, you know, Chiefs monster he got to deal with. But like I say, the Dolphins been playing the Chiefs close the last few times they played, you know, and I got to keep it to be close once again, you know. So I'm going to take the Chiefs to win this one over the Dolphins. Chiefs been on a mission, you know, this season. They fell short in the Super Bowl. They're doing everything on their end to get back to the Super Bowl, but there's a couple of steps he gotta step over before he gets to that point. And here's one of them right here. He got to get through this Dolphins team. I'll take the Chiefs to win this one. I'm gonna say final score: Chiefs 31, Ravens 27. 31-27 Chiefs over the Dolphins. And that is your recap. That is your prediction. I will see y'all the conference championship round. Good luck to everybody that's remaining. Let the games begin.